Hi everyone, this is Tanya Shelton here with an introduction to the Oxford English Dictionary, which is a subscription database available to us through the RU Database Hub. And the OED is a historical dictionary, meaning that while you will find modern definitions of words within the dictionary, its primary focus is on the history of individual words and of the English language, tracing it through over 3 million quotations that show contextual evidence of the usage of words through different points in time. So I'll begin here on the home page, and you can see in the middle of the page we have a quick search box and a link to advanced search and a browse box. So I will start with a quick search right here. You can either type in any word that you want into the box, or if you want to have a little fun, you can click Lost for Words, which will bring up a few random words that you can look up. So I will look up the word obfuscate as an example. So here's the entry for obfuscate. At the top of the page, you can first listen to a pronunciation both in British English and American English. You see the frequency in current use of the word, which for this word is 4 on a scale of 8. And if you click on the scale there, it shows exactly what that band means and gives examples of other words that fall within that band. You can also see the origin of the word and the etymology. And then it gets into the definitions. And the definitions are arranged chronologically so that you can see how the meanings have evolved over time. So the first meaning for this word is to cast into darkness or shadow, to cloud, obscure. And then you see quite a few quotes. The first section is for quotes in figurative contexts, and then it has a selection of quotes in literal contexts. And as you can see, the first instance of the word comes in 1536 from the Acts of Parliament of Henry VIII. The quote that it shows is the usurped octoright of the Pope, which did obfuscate and wrest God's holy word. When you click on the text that it comes from, it brings up a box with citation details. So you can link to more on this text in the OED and find more quotations from the text. Some of the quotes give even more information, such as links to more quotes by the author, more quotes from the text, a view article in the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography, and you can also search for the text within the WorldCat Library Catalog. You can also link to the entry within the Historical Thesaurus. It shows you the full categorization for the word as well as related words that you might want to link to. At the top of the page, you'll see that you can print, save, or email the entry, as well as use the citation tool to generate a citation for the entry. And on the right side of the page, they call this the word wheel, which shows the current entry highlighted in red with the date, as well as adjacent words in the dictionary that you might want to look at. And you can scroll up and down the list, or you could type a word into the box that you want to jump to. And while we're on this page, I wanted to show you up at the top right, the quick search bar, the link to the advanced search, and the browse box follow you throughout the website. So you have access to all of these features from within any of the pages. You don't have to go back to the home page. So while we're here, I will show you the advanced search right here. At the top, you can search in entries, senses, or quotations. Then you have the Boolean drop-down menu to construct searches. There's a keyboard that brings up special characters if you need them, and fields that you can search within. At the bottom, you have further limiters. You can limit by subject, language of origin, region, usage, date of entry, part of speech, entry letter, or range. You can type in your own terms, or you can browse using the vocabulary of the dictionary. Up on the top right, you'll see a link to help for the advanced search, which brings up an extensive document that has all kinds of guidelines and rules and tips for constructing your search. And it's a really helpful reference for using the advanced search features. As far as browsing is concerned, you have several different options. First, you can browse the whole dictionary from A to Z. You can view it as a list or a timeline. You can jump to an alphabetical point, sort by entry, frequency, or date, and on the right side, you can refine your search by subject, language of origin, region, usage, part of speech, date of first citation, and first cited in. You can also browse categories, subject, usage, region, and origin. You can look at timelines to discover when words entered the English language, and this is what the timeline looks like. From the top, you can limit it by subject, region, or origin. And at the bottom, the default shows intervals of 50 years, but you can change that to 10 years or 100 years if you'd like. And if you click on a bar, it will show you the number of results from that date range. So for example, from 1650 to 1699, almost 60,000 results were added. Sample words that originated in that time period. And if you click on the results, it will bring up the full list that you can then browse. You can also browse the sources. This is the top 1,000 authors and works that are quoted in the OED. So if you go to that, you see that the Times of London is the #1 source with almost 42,000 quotations in the OED. Shakespeare is the second most quoted source. And if you click on any of these sources, it brings up even more details and links that you can browse the quotations from those sources. Finally, you can browse the historical thesaurus, which, as it says, it's a taxonomic index of language history, and it's used to explore the different words used for a particular concept or meaning over time. I also wanted to draw attention to the helpful resources at the bottom of the home page. There are links to keys to symbols, conventions, pronunciation, abbreviations. They also have resources for students and teachers, such as lesson plans. They have a page of resources for librarians here that has marketing materials, linking to the OED, lookup tools, training tools, and so forth. So as you can see, there are lots of really neat features and good content on this database. And finally, I just wanted to draw your attention to the availability of help throughout the website. Here's the home page, several links to help, and really any page that you navigate to will have links to help anytime you need guidance. So it's a really useful resource within the website. So I hope you enjoy exploring it, and I thank you for listening.